and attraction marketing. On this little board here, you'll see one of my coaches, Rachel Simmons. She is about to be an Emerald coach. So she's nothing, not near where Melanie and I are, but she's doing all the right things. And I wanted to share her stuff because I see her page often, and I've told her this before. She does a really good job of showing people who she is. So this is Rachel's timeline photo over here, and one of the examples of a post that she did with her little baby at the end. And on there you see, obviously, that she is a passionate person. She loves fitness. She's got results. She's got a baby. She's got a husband, family that she cares a lot about. Below there it says something about faith. So she's showing someone on her timeline, right when they go to her page, giving them a snippet of what her life looks like, who she is. Melanie and I try to do the same thing. So I'm sharing different parts of my journey so that if somebody was to randomly stumble across my Facebook, that they would get a little brief snippet of my life. And for example, one of her posts, Rachel's at the top, she's showing her different meals and her baby at the end. So showing that she's a mommy, she's busy, but the way that she stays healthy is by planning out her meals. For me, something that I do really well is that I try to share different product ideas and things that I love. Rather than just sharing Beachbody, I share other products that I love. Melanie, she just really loves fitness, and she's always posting about that. She does such a great job of sharing her passion without being that annoying fitness person that they do everything right. She's really relatable, and she's a real mom, and she posts a lot of pictures of her family and showing how she inputs that into her life. So just an idea of how our Facebooks look. Timeline photo is super easy to make. There's a website called PicMonkey, PICmonkey.com. And all you do is go to the collage and you put in all the photos you want to use and go to, I think it says timeline photos. And you can actually throw all those photos into a perfect thing for timeline. It's a little rectangle. And make it to where it looks exactly like these. All of these were made on PicMonkey, I believe. I know mine and Rachel's are. You can upgrade it, yeah. You can upgrade it for $32 a year. I have the upgraded version because I use it nonstop, and some of the writing in the upgraded version is prettier. So I do upgrade it, but you don't have to. I didn't for like the first 6 months that I used it. One second. Okay, so this is a brief guideline to posting on Facebook. 1 second, I'm gonna take my jacket off. All right, so rule number 1, make your profile public and be available to having subscribers. I know for a lot of people, especially as moms, it's scary to have your Facebook public because you're scared of weirdos or someone who might see it that you don't like. There are certain customizations that you can do to where photos that you put up of your children, if you don't want people to see your children or whatever, you can actually, on the edge of a Facebook post, it'll say public, private, custom people, friends only, friends of friends, and they can customize what the public can see and what everyone can see, or what just your friends can see. Totally up to you. For me personally, I was definitely scared of that because I came from more of a modeling world and had a bunch of creepy guys. Now, knowing that I've had this profile public and I have over 20,000 subscribers to my Facebook, I really rarely have a weirdo. And if I do, I use the block button very, very liberally. So if anybody leaves a nasty comment, if anybody posts something that I don't like, I block them. And I have no apologies about it because it is my personal page. And I can choose who I want on it. And so don't feel like you have to let everybody on. You just leave the comments. Delete those people if you don't like them or if they make you feel weird. But I really feel in this business, a lot of your posts need to be public because if someone stumbles across your page, you want them to be able to see you. Most likely, they're not going to friend request you if they can't read a little bit about you first. So that would be rule number 1. Number 2, post on Facebook 3 to 5 times a day. What are you going to be posting about? Well, you need to know your niche market or your target market. Who are the people that are most likely going to join with you? If you try to be so broad, you're never going to really attract anyone. When I'm talking to someone, I'm talking to me 4 years ago. I'm talking to the girl who hit 25 and thought I'd be so much further ahead than I actually was and had a new baby. And there was a certain desperation of needing to get my life in order and feeling like, I need to get in control of one aspect of my life, which happened to be fitness for me because it's the only thing I could really feel like I could control at the time. Somebody who wanted a bigger purpose with their life, that they always wanted to help people, but they just didn't know how. And so when I'm speaking on Facebook, I'm thinking of that girl. And what did she need to hear to get in? What would she need to do? What would I need to tell her? What would her worries be about a challenge group? And I address those things. What would attract her to a challenge group? And I post those things. So know who you're speaking to. Have an idea or a vision of that person, what they look like, what their fears are, what their frustrations are in life. And when you're post to that person, you will still get people outside of your general target market. But majority will be in that target market. And those are the ones that you really are drawing into. Run your Facebook page like a mini reality show. What do you want people to know or remember you for? So Shay Stanford, one of my coaches, she gave me this great piece of advice back probably about 1.5 years ago now. And she said, Lindsay, what you do really well is attraction marketing. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And she's like, well, your Facebook's like a mini reality show. And I thought about it and I was like, oh my gosh, she's kind of right. Like one thing I love when people tell me, they say that they feel like they already know me when they meet me or when they get on the phone with me. And I love that because that means I'm doing my job. You need people to feel like they know and trust you in order to get in the business with you. Your in-person coaches are going to be limited. There's only so many times I can meet up with somebody in person. There's only so many hours in a day that I can actually meet up, have a meeting with this person, show them the business, go back, go to fit clubs, all those kind of things. That's limited. I only have so much time to give. On Facebook, the reason why I focus so much of my time on it is because it allows me to be at home with my family, but it also allows me unlimited reach with however many people as I can think of. There's over 1 billion people on Facebook. I will never run out of people because Facebook is so massive. So I love Facebook because of that, but I need people to feel connected to me even though they may never meet me. And so that's why you have to run your Facebook, treating it sort of like a mini reality show. So what I usually tell my new coaches to do is select 5 topics that they feel most represent them. So mine, for example, are I share a lot about my faith, I share a lot about my family, health and fitness, freedom, which is more pertaining to owning your own business or taking that leap of faith in your life to follow your dreams, and then fashion and beauty stuff. Because those are the things that I know more about than most people, or that I'm really passionate about, or that I tend to gravitate to learn more about in my spare time. Like if I have to go onto Pinterest and look up something for an idea for, let's say, a beauty product or a beauty post that I'm going to do, you think that was work to me? No, I love that. So it's great that I love to go look for these things because then I go share them with my target market, which is girls just like me, and they love those posts. And so it works out very, very well. Let's see here. Before you post something, this is one thing that I try to do very often, if not every time. I try to ask myself, if I saw this on my news feed, would it stand out? Does it add value? Did it make me laugh or feel something? Did it bring out an emotion? If it doesn't, then I tend not to post it. And I say, I need to do something else to this post to make it more eye-catching, or I need to do something to this post to really bring back that memory or connect with somebody who might be going through something similar. And until I feel that that post would stand out to me, I don't want to post it. Do check your Facebook wall almost every day, if not every day, and think about it as if you were a stranger and you knew nothing about you. What would you know if you stayed on your page for 15 to 20 seconds from your last 4 or 5 posts? And would you subscribe to you? This is a really good one because I like to go back to my page, and so sometimes I'll post recognition posts. We have like the 500 and 1,000 club that we do on Thursdays, or if somebody goes diamond or emerald, I'll post all these posts on Thursdays. Well, on Friday, after that day is gone, people have gotten their recognition. If I go back to my page and I didn't hide some of those things, if some random stranger came to my page, they don't know anything about me being a Beachbody, and they don't know what the 500,000 club is. They don't know what these emerald ranks are. And so most likely if they came on, they'd be like, that person would be annoying to follow, so no. And they wouldn't follow me. So what I do on Friday is I go back and I hide the posts that don't relate to who I am, my 5 things. And once you can go back and get the things that you need on your page, then you know if anybody randomly stumbles across your page that day, they're going to find enough information to decide, I'll pass, or yeah, I like this girl. She posts interesting things, or she posts a lot of fitness tips, or she posts a lot of funny things, or whatever it might be that is you. Let's see. Give what you want to receive. This is an important one, and I think a lot of times we get overshadowed by our own ambition and wants that we forget to do unto others as we would have them do unto us. So if you want referrals, give referrals. If you want comments, give comments. If you want people to engage with your interest, engage with their interest. Even though we are all on Facebook and we have a business, we tend to think that we're the only ones that are posting things that we want comments. No, that's not true. Everyone on social media is posting because they want comments. Everybody wants people to be interested in them. We're all our favorite topics. So if you think about that, if you know that about people, that we like people who like us, then you will know that you need to go out there and be interested in other people, and they will then be interested in you. The more we are giving comments, the more comments we're going to get. The more we are sharing other people's posts, the more people are going to share our posts. The more that we are giving referrals, the more referrals we're going to get. Just the way it works. All right. Give a call to action at the end of your posts. So you want to, for instance, if you're posting about a challenge, say exactly what you want them to do to find out more details. So maybe a lot of times I'll say like or comment this post if you want more details. Or I actually have an application process, which Melanie's going to be talking about, where I'll say go to blah, blah, blah to apply. There's only 2 spots remaining. That's putting a scarcity tactic on it, and it's giving them a call to action of something they want to do. Or even if it has nothing to do with Beachbody, just a simple post of, what's your favorite healthy snack, and you're asking them to share their details, or like or comment or share this post. People are 10 times more likely to share your post if you ask them to, if you give them permission, because sometimes people feel like, oh, I like that post, but they feel weird about sharing it. Maybe you would get mad. So if you tell them to share it, they're 10 times more likely to share it if they found value in it. All right. Add value. Speaking of value, recipes, motivation, nutrition, lessons learned, whatever helped you overcome any obstacles in your life, that is information you would share. Any questions you had going into your Beachbody journey, into the first challenge, when you first started working out, whatever it might be, answer those questions without being asked them. You could even say, like, I used to wonder how much water I should drink in a day, and then I found this tool, and it's been really cool because now I'm actually staying on top of my water intake. And you give them that tool for free because you're adding free value. And when you become someone who adds free value, people think, oh my gosh, if she's this valuable, knowing her as just an online friend, imagine what her challenges are like. And they start to think that. Think about Chalene Johnson. Why do you think she created the push program, the 30-day push? Because she wanted to give you guys free value. And then that way, when she did have something for sale, you're thinking, oh my gosh, if that 30-day push program was so fantastic and I learned so much from it, imagine what her paid stuff would be like. Imagine what going to her program would be like in March. And so you buy it. The same thing goes for your customers and the challenge. All right. Now I'm going to kind of go into some specific examples of that. This is my do this, not that Facebook edition. If you want to grow your network business, follow these guidelines. All right. Do number 1, your Facebook profile picture. Okay. This is something that I notice usually when I go to do recognition posts because I can't find a darn picture of the person that I can actually post. And so I'll have to like crop their head with a screenshot with them next to their friend where their friend's head's like halfway in the picture. Brittany Leggett used to be like this. I used to have to go cut her picture out of with her husband. Now she has a beautiful headshot. But I need you guys, no matter if your picture looks like Katie's or not, it doesn't have to be professional. You need a picture of just your head. It cannot be you with another person anymore, because people want to see you. That's why they're going to your profile. I gave some examples of some other profiles I found, and I tried to block out who it was, but these are just some examples that I see a lot, and nothing wrong with these. I mean, other than the Shakeology one, that's wrong. But nothing wrong with the other ones. One is 2 kids, and I love my little baby too. But if you're running a business, you can't have your kids as the profile picture, because people need to see you. How are they going to connect and feel like they know you if they can't ever see your face? You can have you with your kids. That's okay. I would rather it just be you, but if you have to have your kids in it, that's fine too. When it comes to you and a friend, I don't love that, because I don't know which you are. So if I've never met you, which is 99% of the time the case with me and Facebook, I don't know if you're the blonde or the brunette until I start going through your pictures, and you don't ever have a picture with just you, so I have to kind of guess in the group shots which is you. Oh, there's 2 brunettes, so maybe she's the brunette one. People aren't really going to spend that much time to figure it out, and they need to see you. So even if it means that you need to go against a white wall and put on a little bit of makeup, or guys, do your hair and shave, whatever you want to do, and take a picture with this, it could be a camera phone picture, whatever, and then go on PicMonkey and sharpen it a little bit, that's fine. But just make sure that we can see you, because you are your brand. Yeah, I think it's okay to have the same picture on your profile as your personal page. I have at times. Yes, that's okay. Here's another. We had Katie Hefner, who's obviously gorgeous in her profile picture. And then Bev has an awesome photo, obviously being a product of the product, which is cool. And then Scotty has his before and after photo. All 3 of those are great options. It's all, what best represents you. Personally, I wouldn't have on my profile page a picture of me doing fitness, because that's not my number one passion. I would be more of the business side, so I have like a professional photo. But that's all up to you. So no Shakeology pics, because as soon as I see someone with a Shakeology picture, you know what I'm thinking? That person's going to want to try to sell me Shakeology. Even if I want Shakeology, I'm not going to go to that person, because I'm figuring that they're just a big schemy salesperson. Not going to lie. That's just my true feelings. Yeah, Shanti's okay. Okay, do. Share a tip that helped you better your life. So for me, I was sharing a lesson about the fact that you can't help other people unless they're ready to help themselves, that you have to just basically help yourself first, lead by example, and the right people will be inspired to take action simply by you taking action in your own life. It was a great lesson learned. Now, not only did that get a lot of comments and a lot of likes, but it also got a lot of shares. And this is another big way that I grow my network, is by getting people to share my posts. So 72 people who are common friends with me, they all have different networks of friends. We might only have 2 mutual friends, or if they're a coach, we might have, 300 mutual friends, but we still don't have all the same friends. So if their friend sees this post and they decide to go over to find out who originally posted it, and they go on my Facebook profile and it's run like a little reality show, and they decide they like me, that's new people getting added into my network now. And it expands my opportunity as a coach. The same thing will happen with you. And yes, it started off with 1, maybe 2 shares, but over time has grown and grown and grown to now where I'll get 70, sometimes more than a couple hundred shares on something. And every time, that's more people being added into my network. Do not complain or use your Facebook to vent your problems or your life. I see this way too often. I would think it would be a given, but I know before some people had Beachbody, they used Facebook to just share their feelings, like a diary. And that's, you can use it as a diary if you want, but just remember, everything that you post represents your brand. Anytime that I have something that goes wrong in my life, what I like to do with it is find the lesson and then post about it afterward, once I calm down a little bit, and share how I overcame that frustration. Because then it's adding value. If you're just bitching to bitch, then don't post it, please. Do post your progress. People want to see you, and they want to see you progressing in your journey. They are watching you. Whether or not they're commenting on your things, they're liking your posts, more people than you know have been watching your journey. And if you haven't posted a results picture or a progress picture in a while, they're probably thinking you fell off. And maybe you did. I know a lot of people that get started in this business that then they get focused on the business and they forget to focus on their own journey. And they'll wonder why they've been working so hard on their business, but it's not moving forward. And I will tell you, seems like 9 times out of 10, it has a lot to do with the fact that they've been in the business 5 or 6 months and don't have a before and after photo. I promise you guys, if you are not willing to change you, then nobody is going to follow you. Nobody's going to, you can't be someone who just talks a big game. You have to take action and show people that you're doing this. So, if you've fallen off, it's time to get back on. 21 Day Fix is a great way to go about it, or even getting committed to any program we have. Being no holds bar for 30 days and having a before and after photo. Even if it's not your final after photo, doesn't matter. But you've got to show people consistent results. Scotty does a great job of this. Melanie does a great job of this. Pretty much all the top coaches that I've seen, they're posting these pictures every once in a while just to show people, hey, look, I'm still going. I'm still being a product of the product. So just remember, this is your business card, and you have to get on it, and you have to lead people by example, because it's how you keep integrity as a coach and show people what's possible. Do post things unrelated to Beachbody that might interest your target market. So I mentioned to you guys earlier, my target market is me 25 years ago, 25 to 35-ish people, newer moms, maybe people that are thinking about having a family, they just got married. So they love fashion and beauty tips. And I'm obsessed with eyebrows, and I post about it quite often. And so the other weekend, we had the girls over, and I redid Nikki Minton's eyebrows, and I posted a photo. That photo got tons and tons of likes and comments. And people love that kind of stuff. And it makes it so that I'm not just like this Beachbody person. They see me as a real person, one of their friends, someone that they enjoy seeing posts from. And that's really important, because I see posts like this on the bottom. Don't make your page a walking Beachbody billboard. If you go through your page right now, and every other post is some kind of advertisement or a sales gimmick, gosh, no one is going to buy from you. I don't know what else to say, but I'm going to explain it later why that's the case. I mean, it's just stuff like this does not sell. Pictures from Beachbody's site or Googling T25 and just grabbing the picture and throwing it up does not sell. People want to see you. They're buying you. They're not buying Beachbody products. They're buying you. They can buy Beachbody products off an infomercial. What they really want to buy is a great person to go the journey with them and keep them accountable. And you have to show them why they would want to choose you over anyone else. Do add value. I loved that Melanie put up her calendar, her recipe, or her meal plan for the week for 21 Day Fix. Such a great post, because it's a brand new program, and she's showing people, this is what I'm eating, this is how I'm eating. People are going to eat that up because they're looking for something like that. They don't know how to meal plan. She does a great job of this every single week to share her meal plan. And she even color-coded it. I mean, talk about value added. I wanted to see it. So you have to think about that when you're planning stuff out. Anything that you're doing in your own personal journey, fitness or health-wise, think to share that stuff. Don't undermine the things that you know that other people do not know. Because I've honestly been surprised how few people know just the basics. And so if you're sharing that stuff actively, people are going to gravitate towards that. Brandy had posted one of her meals for the 21 Day Fix and how it looked portioned out on the plate. People want to see that. They're scared. They're scared to order this new program that's portion control. They're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to eat anything. I'm going to be starving. Seeing stuff like that helps them to overcome that fear that, oh my gosh, am I going to be starving for 21 days? Is this like, it's going to be scary. So those two posts are so great because they're overcoming that mindset of people, oh my gosh, it's going to be too hard, or I don't even know how to meal plan. So she's making it so easy. She's giving you the meal plan. Do not post just to post. So I see a lot of people posting things like, and these are actually people's posts, and these, crazy enough, are like top coaches' posts. So what's everyone up tonight? Or nothing like waking up with a headache, or I don't know. Anytime I see people just posting random things, it just makes me want to delete them. So just make sure that when you are posting, you're posting something of value or something to get an emotion out or to make somebody laugh. Oh gosh, I forgot to post it in here. Melanie had this picture of this cat, or no, maybe it was a dog. It was like this hideous dog, and she said how I feel when I have no makeup on. And I just like laughed out loud because it's so true, and that photo got shared a lot of times because every girl can relate to that, and it's awesome. So it doesn't have to be this long, drawn-out, emotional post. It can be something funny like that, that you're just like, oh my gosh, I love this person. So anyway, this is a good one. Do ask for opinions. Do you guys realize people love to give their opinions? I mean, even on fitness, even on things they may not know anything about, man, they are opinionated. So think about American Idol. It's been running for how many years now? And it's because people love to critique singers, even though they have no idea what they're talking about. They critique them, and they love every second of it. So anytime I can ask for someone's opinion, I do. So being on the plane the other day, it's just an example. I was sitting next to some lady, and she was reading on her Nook, and I was reading my paperback book. And so I just posted a simple post, asking, what do you guys prefer, paperback or Nook? And if you have some kind of tablet of some kind, which do you think is the best? 192 comments on a post like that. It wasn't really thought out. It was just in the moment thinking, I don't know, am I behind on the time? Should I go get a e-reader and start, reading stuff on that instead of a paperback? People they have opinions about the silliest things, and I love reading their comments. So make sure that you're asking people their opinions. I saw Mackenzie the other day post something about, what makeup my friend recommended my eyebrow stuff. Do you have any go-tos for your makeup that you would recommend? People love recommending things. So make sure that when you need interaction on your Facebook, that you're posting things like that. Another thing, do not get too political or start debates about negative issues. So you'll know that there's certain things that, unless they are like your life's calling, like such beliefs as in me with my faith, I'm very convicted to that, and that's something I enjoy. I try to keep it positive, though. I never ride the negative side. But if it's like topics like marijuana or gay marriage or which president, just that kind of stuff is just like, it's kind of sticky. And you want to sort of remain a neutral party. I'm not saying be totally politically correct. You can have your own opinions, but just ride the line. And try not to be too one-sided because you will lose a lot of people in those kind of posts. I post them as I go, Stephanie, because I just tend to go blank when I think too much about it. So I'll go, and because I do this full-time, I have that privilege. If I was to be someone who was working full-time and I didn't have the ability to be online, I would go to Pinterest, and I do have a folder that I keep with great post ideas. So if I go to Pinterest one day for an hour and I pull a bunch of stuff that I really think is cute, when my mind does sort of go blank, I usually go into that little box and I'll go through my folder and scan to find something that inspires me. So that's something that you could definitely do and post every day before, 3 or 4 comments that you could, or posts that you could use that day. But for me personally, I don't. My like page, just to let you guys know, because I did see a couple people asking. I personally don't connect too much on my like page. So what I do is I pull old posts from my personal page and just throw them on my like page. That may not be the way to go, but it works for me because I don't have a lot of energy to throw over there. I try to tell people to stick with 2 of the social media avenues as their main things. My 2 are YouTube and Facebook. And then the other ones I just dabble in because I don't have a ton of time to commit to learning them. I'd rather focus on what I'm already good at and what I already enjoy and become stronger than focus on my weaknesses and do mediocre. Kristen, I don't really worry about it, honestly. I'm not somebody who likes to worry about things. I think what you focus on expands, and we have security things in our lives to keep us kind of safe where people can look up our information or anything. And so I don't feel threatened at all. I don't really, like I said, don't encounter too many negative things on Facebook, and it's just not something that I've ever really worried about. Here's an example of Shakeology posts, because we do want to be sharing Shakeology, but you have to do so riding the line. So Here's a post. This is from, one of the bottom ones is from Brigida, and it's a Shakeology bar she set up for her girls that she had over. And then me with my Shakeology. I think the post was something like, share, one of the reasons, if you tried Shakeology, share one of the reasons that you love it. And I had, I think, 100 or so people posting all the great things about Shakeology. Well, that would work great for me. Number one, I got a lot of posts on that picture. But number two, anybody who was thinking about Shakeology that read through that thread, they were super impressed after reading through the thread. And I didn't sound like a gimmicky salesperson. I was just throwing something up there about it. Please, don't just post pictures like this on the right-hand side of your blender with your Shakeology. I just think we need to be in the pictures as much as humanly possible. You want people to connect with you. When I see the pictures on the right, I think this person's trying to sell me Shakeology. When I see the pictures on the left, I think these people are just showing me a piece of their life. Oh, by the way, that cup's not real. That's PicMonkey with my little logo there. I got a lot of requests for the cup. It doesn't exist. Sorry. All right. I have mentioned this earlier. These are some examples of me recommending things that are not Beachbody. Recommend things that you love. It could be a movie that was really great that you saw, a restaurant that you went to. Danette, who just did our photos for a group of us, I recommended her quite a few times because I know she's great. I only recommend things that I know are fantastic. That if somebody tried them, they would be like, oh, I love this. My dry shampoo, I recommended that. I'll recommend different nail colors that I like, or my hairstylist that I go to, or this girl made me this piece of jewelry, I don't have it on right now, but a necklace that says Bangshal Dynasty on it, and so I loved it, and so I took a picture with that, and I'll post that. You want to be able to share great things because then it's not weird when you post a picture about Shakeology. It's just another thing that you love and that you're excited for people to try because you love it so much. If you only are ever sharing about things that you benefit from, that's when people get weary. But if you're just all the time sharing things that you are just passionate about, like I have this blanket right here. This is called Giraffe. Oh my gosh. I live with this blanket. This blanket, if it's not on me, it's around somewhere and it's going to be on my body very soon, because I'm obsessed with it. So it could be a shirt from Kohl's that you found. It's a great workout shirt. Or maybe you found on Etsy, there's tank tops that have the words on them that are really cute. Share that stuff, because other people will want those. And you just become this little natural salesperson. You're selling stuff that you don't make commission on, and therefore you're not the icky sticky salesperson that's always pushing products. You're just enjoying life and sharing the things you love. Somebody just text me. Okay. I'm almost done, Melanie. Sorry. Expanding your network. Here's a quick run through of how I expand my network. Number one, I go to my newsfeed and I find someone that's in my target market that I haven't talked to recently. Number two, I comment on 2 or 3 of the recent posts and I leave comments that I would like to receive. So on your birthday, when somebody says happy birthday or HBD, people don't stand out. But when they leave you a very specific, couple sentences, you're like, oh, even if you didn't even know that person or you don't know them very well, you're really touched by that they took time to write something very authentic. The same thing goes through anybody on anything you post on anyone's wall. Anytime you leave something that's very specific, thought out, and heartfelt, people are touched and they then have a connection to you. This builds up your Facebook affinity with that person, and it makes it more likely that that person will now start to see more of your posts in their future. So not all your friends on Facebook are seeing your specific posts about challenges. You think, oh, I have 500 friends. That should be, why is nobody commenting on my posts about challenge groups? Well, how many of those 500 have either interacted with you recently or you've interacted with them? Probably not as many as you would think, and therefore not a lot of them are seeing your posts come up on their wall. So you need to make sure that you're re-engaging with at least 2, if not 3 people a day that you haven't talked to in a while, so that they start to see your posts and they'll start to see their posts of value and occasionally your posts about challenges or coaching opportunity or whatever it might be, so that if they would be interested, they'll be able to see it now and message you about it. And then also, who doesn't like people who comment on their things? Step 3, all of your friends have an entire network of friends that are separate from you. And when you leave them a comment from step 2, you're going to go over to their friends page and request them. So if you see one of their friends that had recently posted on their stuff, and let's say for me, that friend has a picture with them and their baby, I might go over to that friend of my friend and friend request them and leave them a comment that says basically like, hey, hope you don't think I'm a weirdo or anything for friend requesting you, but I saw we're both friends with Sarah Mayer, and I thought, you know, look, we have kids around the same age. That's that. If they accept my friend request, then I go to their timeline and I comment on one or two of their things. If they don't, I don't worry about it. Now, you don't want to do, I know you guys are saying you got banned. You don't want to do that like 50 times a day. I'm looking at like 2 times a day. That's it. So just make sure that you're doing it with limited capacity. And then if you don't see them accept your friend request, the key is going back and unaccepting the friend request. So unfriending. All right, last thing. Which are you? Which salesperson are you? So I don't know about you guys, but I have a kiosk thing in the middle of all of our malls, and I literally have to like grab my phone. This is me. As I go by them, I'm just like, can't look, because they will do whatever it takes to get you to come over and try their lotion so they can scheme you in and take your money. So I refuse. Seriously, I will do anything to avoid them. Or the people that want to curl your hair, like, no! So, you don't want to be that person. Don't be that person. So it says over here, like, can I help you find something? What about now? Now? Are you still doing okay? Have you ever been to those stores? That stinks. Nobody wants to go to those stores because you feel just invaded. You feel like they're all over you and you don't want to buy something yet. Maybe you did want to buy something, but you can't get enough breathing room to be able to decide what you want to buy. You want to be more like Nordstrom or Neiman Marcus, some of these higher-end stores. The reason why these people work at these stores where they make these huge commissions on $1,000 jackets and crazy things like that is because they're great salespeople. They make you feel special. You don't go in the store and they're like, can I help you find something? I need you. You know, they're just like, hey, how are you doing today? And then a little time later, they're like, are you looking for anything specific? And you're like, well, you know, I'm looking for this jacket. I'm going on this trip. They're like, oh, okay. What colors do you normally like? I'm like, well, I like beiges and creams. I'm like, okay. Oh, did you see this one? But they're not throwing it down my face. And if I tell them, no, I'm just looking, they leave me alone. And then when I do need help, they actually are there. But they're not all up in my grill. And then also at Nordstrom, they have great customer service. If you come back and your product's messed up or whatever, they'll get it taken care of. Beachbody is the same way. Now, I'm going to tell you, yes, they mess up. Yes, occasionally you'll get on the phone with a customer service rep and they're in India and you don't understand them or whatever the case might be, or maybe your order got messed up and they had the wrong translation for something. But that's a rarity. And I can tell you that because we have a team of 10,000 plus people, and I only deal with it very, very, very rarely. Yes, shipping for 21-day fix got messed up because of snowstorms, and yes, we didn't have enough product to obviously take care of the need, but they didn't know that this would be the biggest launch in company history. And we did more in 1 week than they projected to do an entire 3-month period. With a new product and a new trainer, it's very hard to go and invest millions and millions and millions of dollars in inventory, not knowing if it's going to sell or not. So it's an awesome problem to have. You guys as coaches have to embrace that and almost brag about it. The fact that this product is so hot, we literally cannot keep it on the shelf. It's crazy. And they're doing whatever it takes to get it back in stock as soon as possible. Of course they are. If they know it's going to sell like hotcakes, of course now they're going to order a ton. But how you react as the customer service rep is what the customer's experience is going to be. Now, this is another thing I noticed online. This is a note after someone bought a dress. They got a note from the customer service person, the associate, saying thank you for buying the dress from them and I hope they have an amazing time. That's the difference. It's the little things that you do differently. It's the under-promising and over-delivering. It's doing unto others as you would have them do unto you. That separates you from the rest of the pack. That person at Nordstrom, they already made the commission. It's done and over with. But the real person that knows how to sell knows that one sale can equal hundreds of others in the future. We went and looked at cars this past weekend, and the guy wrote us afterward and thanked us for coming in, but didn't just write us this email saying, oh, I hope that you come back and purchase from us. No, smart sales guy. He said something that really locked us in. He said, I just wanted to tell you, or I felt compelled to tell you, that I see a lot of families come into our establishment and they look at cars, and I have to tell you that your little girl was one of the most well-behaved little girls I've ever come across, and it just says a lot about you as parents. And, whether or not you decide to purchase the car from us, I just wanted to let you know that, it definitely shows. Done. You think I'm going to purchase from anybody else? This is my kid. So you guys as salespeople have to get out of that box of thinking, I got to get the sale, I got to get the sale. Rather than thinking about the sale, think about how can you make this experience special for that customer? How can you treat them beyond their expectations? Go above and beyond to where you win them over for life, to where you would never have to worry about them switching coaches to someone else or buying from beachbody.com. So much so that they want to buy from you, that they actually message you and say, hey, where's your link? Because I want to make sure you get the commission. That's how you sell. That's how you become a great coach. That's how you win people over. That's how they join your team. That's how they start to get involved with the business and start to succeed because you led them by your example. So just think about that. Treat others how you want to be treated. It's such a basic rule, but I swear to you, it's how I've lived and grown this business. And I know if you do the same, you cannot fail at this. All right, I got to pass it on to Melanie. Love you guys. See you at the end.
Can you guys hear me? Hey. Did it work? Yay! Can you guys see me? Yay! Okay, awesome. I was starting to have a small panic attack. So I totally was not expecting to be on video, so I look like crap, so I apologize. All right, so Lindsay did an awesome job at explaining how to gain some traction on your Facebook page and on your Instagram page and how to really get out there and attract people to you. And so what I'm going to talk to you about is something that I am super passionate about, and that is challenge groups. And that is really the meat and potatoes of our business, is getting people involved in challenge groups. And so we do this great job of using all of these things that Lindsay just talked about, but then what do you do when somebody actually asks you about what a challenge group is? And so that's kind of what I'm going to go over as well this evening. And so if you don't know me, I'm Melanie Mitro. I'm Superstar Diamond, and I am the #2 Beachbody coach in 2013. I have 17 personally sponsored Lifetime Diamond coaches, and I also created my own team, and it's called the Dream Team. So I am really excited to be here tonight sharing with you some of my favorite tips. And so first things first, starting a challenge group, right? Can you guys hear me? Okay, perfect. All right, so starting a challenge group. It's one of the scariest things that you do as a Beachbody coach. Think about, if you haven't done this yet, or maybe you have, think about that time when you posted your very first transformation photo. So you can see mine up here. The one on the left was my before picture, and I swore to you that I was never going to share that photo. I hid it in a file underneath of another file on my computer, and nobody was ever going to see it. And then after I was done with Insanity, I was so stinking proud of my results. I was so proud that I made a little collage, I put it together, and I stuck it out there on Facebook. But I will tell you, I sat there with my finger on that send button for a good couple of minutes, talking myself out of doing it. But it was the best decision that I ever made, was to share that story, because I made the decision to share that with other people, I have impacted all of these lives that I never ever imagined was possible. And so starting a challenge group, putting out that initial post, that initial invite saying, hey, this is what I'm doing. I have had such great success with whatever program that you're doing. And maybe you're still a work in progress, but tell people, I became a Beachbody coach because I want to help other people reach their health and fitness goals, and I'm inviting you to join along with me. So that initial post is so super important. Before you go ahead and get that post out there, what I want you to do is set a date for your very first challenge group. Talk to your sponsor coach, see when they're running their first group, and team up with them. And so get that date in your mind 2 to 3 weeks from now, and then make that initial post. It can be a progress picture of you. It can be a before and after. It can be something eye-catching, something that grabs your attention, but get it out there and give people a very clear call to action. So it's great to post your story. Give a little bit of background about you. You know, I'm a mom. I, was struggling to find a successful way to lose weight. I had tried every diet. I had tried every workout program. I quit everything. This was the first thing that I was truly able to stick to. And it was not just the program, but it was the support that I got from the other members of the group. I truly believe challenge groups are what made me successful. And so if you would like to join my next challenge group, I will be accepting 3 to 5 people into my next challenge group, and I will teach you everything that I have done to be successful. Message me or like this post for more information. So you're giving people a clear call to action. I want you to message me. I want you to like or comment below if you would like more information. Because if you just share your story and your before and after, it's just kind of vague. It's like, oh, great, she's sharing her transformation, good job, and nobody asks you for anything more. So you definitely want to get out there and give people that call to action. And you know what? Setting your first challenge group post is great, but it's really important for you to continue to do all the things we talked about at the beginning. So when you announce that you're a coach, don't forget about sharing little tips about your food and sharing your workout pictures and talking about your progress and your plan and prep throughout the week and having fun with it. And intermix and weave that all in there with your challenge group posts as well. All right, so when somebody asks you for more information, think about the very first time when somebody asked you for information. What happened? Did you hit the oh crap button and you thought, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say. I don't know how to explain what a challenge group is. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done this before. And you kind of have a momentary freak out. And so what I'm going to tell you to do is I just want you to breathe, take a deep breath and count to 10, and then stop and think. Okay, you've got to explain what it is that you're doing. And think about this. People don't know what a challenge group is. They don't understand the concept. A lot of people think, okay, you're going to make me share my pictures online. Do I have to try to beat somebody out for the most weight loss? No. You want to make sure that you explain it the right way. And so for me, what has worked really, really well is I say to people, here is my challenge group application. Will you please complete this, because this will give me information about you so that I can better explain what a challenge group is and how I can help you. And so I've gone to woofu.com, and it's a free form building website, and you can create free forms. I think it's up to 9 fields, and you get 2 separate forms. And so I've done just a general give me your name, give me your contact information, give me your Facebook URL so I can friend you on Facebook if we're not friends already. Give me a typical day. What does a typical day of eating look like for you? I ask them what fitness programs they've done before. I talk about what are they struggling with? What are their goals? And so what happens is that literally cuts out the first couple of steps of the invite process. I don't have to try to figure out what they're doing. I don't have to have that small talk back and forth that sometimes takes hours on end before you get to the point. And so this challenge group application really makes it, number one, it makes it official. And then number two, it gives me the information I need. So when I go to respond to them, I can say, okay, I know exactly how you feel. I struggle with accountability too. If it wasn't for having this group to check into each and every day, I'd have fallen off the wagon too. If I didn't know that I had to post what I was eating for the day, I'd have ate that cheesecake that I wanted for dinner. And so I'm able to relate to them. So I'm picking out points of what they said in that application and relating to it. And then I can say to them, I think a challenge group would be great for you, and here is what it is. And so that is exactly how I get the conversation started. The next thing is I never ever give them just a link to my Beachbody site and say, all right, go check out what fitness program that you're interested in and let me know and I'll enroll you in the group. Absolutely not. I don't even give out my link to my challenge group or to my Beachbody site until they are ready to make a purchase. Because think about it, your Beachbody site has nothing about you. It's just a storefront. It doesn't say what you do as a coach. It doesn't say what you offer. That's what happens in the conversation. The conversation, what you say to people is what sells them, what seals the deal. And that can be done a lot of times. You can set that stage through your Facebook post and your status updates. Sharing your recipes and your tips and your workouts. People are already getting a glimpse into the type of things that you do already. And then there's a great site called thecoachingcodes.com where when you do get to the point where you're ready to give them the link because they're ready to make a purchase, that Coaching Codes is awesome. You just put in your coach ID and your username for Team Beachbody and it auto-populates every single link so you can give people the direct place to go in order to make that purchase. All right, so what do I say when somebody says, can you give me more information on what a challenge group is? I'm going to actually walk you through my script, and this is my actual script that I copy and paste, and I have it saved as a Word document. So I typed it out and I just save it. So every time somebody says or submits an application to me, I'll add value in the first couple of sentences, and then I literally copy and paste this right in there. And so what I say is, sure, I can give you more information. So I tell them the challenge group is whatever it is, a 60 or a 90-day group. And it's all done through a closed online Facebook support group. So only the members of the group can see what is being posted. Then what I do is help you customize. I customize your health and fitness goals to meet your needs. Then I help you choose the best Beachbody workout to get there based on your ability level. Then you're going to replace one meal a day with Shakeology for the next 60 days to give your body one meal that is supercharged with ingredients that will give you natural energy, curb your cravings, and you'll stay full for at least 3 hours. And it's equivalent to 6 salads in one meal. Then I'm going to teach you how to plan out the other meals of the day. I don't want them to think that they have to be reliant on Shakeology to lose weight. That's always a big question. I'm going to help you to create a meal plan. I'm going to give you recipes, snack ideas, tips, motivation, and I'm going to keep you accountable. Every day I'm going to post in this challenge group your daily mindset tip or post. You check in, you rate your day, and you read what's posted. We all keep each other accountable. I'm going to address things like emotional eating, eating out at restaurants, how to handle temptations, cheat meals, body image, and more. I've created an entire curriculum for my group. Does this sound like something you would like to do? What questions do you have for me? So I end this so that at the end, I'm asking them a question. So they're going to respond. And so at that point, from there, that's usually where they come back to me. And they say to me, okay, yes, I'm really interested in this. What do I have to do next? And I say, all right, so the next step is to tell me what kind of fitness program you want to do. Do you have anything in mind? Do you want something that's cardio? Do you want something that's strength training? Do you want a mixture of both? Are you a beginner, intermediate, or advanced? Do you have time constraints? You only have a certain amount of time during the day that you want to work out. And so I get that information from them, and then I go back and I pull from the video library. So in your Coach Online Office, there's your video library, and I'll pull 2 links to videos. So for example, T25 and Shalane Extreme, I'll pull those 2 video links and I'll say, here, I think these 2 would be good options for you because X, Y, and Z. I add that value of why I think it would be a good fit for them, and then I have them watch it. And then I say, let me know which one you like and we can go from there. So they get back to me and they tell me which one they want. And from that point, I say, all right, so Shakeology is a part of this as well. And so I give a few snippets about Shakeology. You know, Shakeology is, it's a meal replacement. It is not a protein shake. Truthfully, it is going to help you tremendously with the meal planning part. I'm going to teach you how to plan the other meals of the day. And you're only required to do it for the length of the challenge group. And by the end of the challenge group, you'll have enough tools that if you want to not drink Shakeology, you can replace it with another meal. Now, I will tell you that 90% of people choose to stay on Shakeology for the sheer convenience, because they feel awesome, because they love it. But it's nice to give people that option, that they don't have to be locked into it, that they have an option to not continue on, right? So once they do that, they say, yes, I'm totally in, I'm ready to go. And what I do next is I say, all right, great. Here's the link to the challenge pack. T25 is the one you chose. And I reiterate the value that they're getting in that challenge pack, because I want them to know it's not just a fitness program. It's not just a bag of Shakeology. They're actually getting in T25 10 weeks worth of workouts, a nutrition guide, a program manual. They're getting 30-day supply of Shakeology. They're getting free shipping and a discounted price, but they're getting access to my online support group and my meal planning, my tips, and my accountability. And I say to them, here's the link. Once you place your order, message me so that I can make sure your order goes through okay, and then I can add you to the group. I want to put the ball back in their court so that they have to take that next step and they have to message me and say, I did it, I placed my order. So that then I can put them in the Facebook group. So I don't have to keep checking over and over and over again, refreshing my back office to see if they made a purchase. They're going to tell me when they did. And so that is my entire process for getting people to enroll as challengers in my group. And it's worked out very effectively to this point in time. Objections. Everybody gets objections. Everybody. But you know what? You should look at objections as an opportunity to perfect your strategy, to be a better coach, and to be better at explaining the products and the programs. Having confidence that Shakeology is worth the money spent. Having the confidence to say, I'm worth the investment. I'm worth you investing in a challenge pack. Getting that confidence and knowing that it's worked for you. It is absolutely worth every single dime. And so there's a few things that I do in order to handle objections. So number one, if you have your Facebook group already created for your challenge group, you can add people into the group as soon as they say that they're interested. And as soon as they say they're interested, you say, great, here are the requirements. You get them all the way to the point where all they need to do is make that purchase. And you can say, I'm going to add you to the group. Just let me know when you do make your purchase. So you could kind of flip it the other way and say, I'm going to add you in there. Everybody's starting to talk. And so you could be kind of getting everything ramped up in the group the week before and talking about what the challenge group is and what they can expect, giving them little snippets along the way, talking about your meal plans. And so that gets all the hype. I've been doing this with my 21-day fix group. And I've been talking about the program, and this whole week is our plan and prep. So I've been sharing my meal plans. I've been talking about the program, pulling YouTube videos, and everybody is super excited about it. Another thing you can do is you can break down the cost. So maybe you take the cost of a challenge pack. If it's T25, you take the 205, you divide it by 10 weeks, and you say, here's how much it would cost per day to be a part of my group and all the things that you're getting. It's not such a huge cost when you break it down like that. It just seems like a lot because you're paying for it all up front. And so that also has really helped me as well. Also, create that sense of urgency. The first time you post for a challenge group, you might get a couple of people that message you back. The second time you do a public post about your challenge group, maybe you say, I only have one spot left. First person to commit is going to get the spot. So anybody that was kind of out there and they were interested, but they just hadn't pulled the trigger yet, they might say, oh gosh, I got to hurry up and make my purchase or I'm not going to get the spot. And so that has helped as well for me to make those last couple of sales in order to fill my challenge group. Follow up. It's really important for you to follow up with people that you messaged about challenge groups or that have commented or that you have conversations with. I usually let 48 hours go by before I follow up. And simply, I just say, hey, I know we discussed about the challenge group. I know you were really interested. Can you let me know either way if this is something you would like to do? No big deal if you don't, but just let me know so I can take you off the list. Or if you'd like to be considered for next month, let me know that too, and I can put you on there. You can even say, hey, I've got a few other people that are interested in signing up, but I was holding your spot for you. So if you still want it, let me know either way so I don't give your spot away. Also, I do give a deadline. This is the last day to order. This is the last possible time. You have till midnight to make the commitment and the group is closed. Anything like that that creates that sense of urgency that I have to do it now or I'm going to miss the boat. You know, I don't want to wait another 30 days to join the next group. Got to get in now, especially with bathing suit season right around the corner. Lastly, if all else fails and they don't join your group for whatever reason, make sure that you ask them to sign up for a free account. So say, hey, I understand that, you know, at this time it's not the right fit for you, but if nothing else, go and create a free account. I will keep you up to date with any sales or promotions or challenge groups that I'm running. Also, friend me on Facebook. I post lots of nutrition tips and I post lots of fitness advice. And you know what? You can follow me there. So, you know, at least you're plugged in and you've got that accountability and that motivation from my Facebook wall as well. And it only takes a couple of months or even a couple of weeks of them watching me and all of the stuff that I'm doing on my newsfeed brings them back in. And of course, they have to join my next group. All right, so what is a coach? So this is my last slide, and I really want to hammer this in because there are going to be people that are going to ask you what a Beachbody coach is. And just like what a challenge group is, you don't want to be caught off guard and fumble over your words when somebody asks you what a Beachbody coach is. It's really important for you to say to somebody and know in your mind what you're going to tell somebody when they ask you that question. What do you do as a coach? Do you help people reach their health and fitness goals? You know, you're not a personal trainer. Don't have to be a nutritionist. You can be somebody that's had great results, that is out there, that is passionate about health and fitness, and is passionate about helping other people. And so my job is to help you by hooking you up with a Beachbody fitness program and helping you reach your goals through my closed accountability groups. And that's basically what I say to people. And so when somebody's talking to you about coaching, maybe you want to look at it from the same aspect as a challenge group. What is it that they're looking to you for? Are they looking to you because they want to get a discount? Do they want to know more about coaching? Do they really just want to build a business and want to know more about the business opportunity? So I really make sure that I go through that and I explain that as well and ask those questions. And again, I have a coach application that helps me to do that, that helps me to fine tune what people are actually interested in when they're asking me about coaching. So explaining to people the sign-up fees, explaining to people that there are those three options, discounts, somewhere in the middle, and somebody that wants to be a business builder. Make sure that once they do your coach application, that you go back in and you say, hey, I totally understand that you might be afraid. You might have that fear of not knowing what to do, but don't worry. We have a great team, a great system of support set up, and we will teach you everything you need to know. You don't have to go out there and reinvent the wheel. We will give you all of the documents, all of the tips, all the information that you need to get your business up and running. You don't have to run a challenge group on your own. We can co-run it together. You know, you can watch the first one. You can be an apprentice with me and some of the other coaches as well. And that really eases off that fear of having to absorb it all and do it all on your own. And also, letting people know that there's no minimum sales, there's no expectation, and if it doesn't work out for you, then you just cancel it. It's only an investment of a challenge pack, and you're only going to better yourself in the long run. So if nothing else, you're getting in the best shape of your life. So if that's kind of the approach that I take, it's kind of like you make it what you want to make it. You want to take it the whole way, we'll go the whole way. If you just want to dabble, we'll dabble. I like to share business opportunity meeting calls. I do these with my team once a month, and they're really great. I'm able to save those calls, and I'm able to share them out with other people that are interested in becoming a coach. It really gives them everything that they need to know about being a Beachbody coach on my team, and I don't have to go into much more detail and explain that link. That webinar really gives it all right there. Then once they're ready to join, then I can walk them through that sign up process. And again, figuring out what challenge pack they want. So signing up coaches doesn't have to be a scary thing. You can talk to your sponsor coach. They will absolutely help you by getting on a 3-way call or proofreading the messages for you before you send them out. Same thing with your challenge group invites. If you notice that you're getting a lot of no's and a lot of objections and one after the next, feel free to copy and paste that conversation that you're having with people and say, check this out. Am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? Can you go back and check my news feed and see if my Facebook looks okay? Am I doing too much or not enough? And that's a really great way to get feedback and get critiqued so that you can make sure that you're always on that right path. Sometimes you just need that outside set of eyes in order to keep you going in the right direction. So, Lindsay did a great job of explaining to you how to get out there and do the exposures. And now this is what it's all about. It's about getting in there, being fearless, and putting out that challenge group invites. You can post and you can share your life all day long, but until you actually set a date, do a challenge group, and start getting customers into your business, that's when your business grows. So I'm going to challenge you all to set a date for your very first challenge group. Team up with your sponsor coach, team up with another coach that you talk to or that you've developed a friendship with, and start a group. Get out there and make it happen. This month is the Cup. This month is the 21-day fixed launch. We've got lots of great things going on, and there's absolutely no reason why all of us can't reach Success Club this month and every month for that fact. Heck, I'm going to go to Cancun and I want to see all of you guys there too. We are all earning that trip. So if you guys have any questions at all, now is your time to post, and we would be glad to answer any questions that you have. We appreciate you taking your time to be on this call tonight. I know it ran a little bit later than we wanted, but we do appreciate you guys being here. So have a great night, and we will definitely post the recording for you all to listen to later. You're welcome. Somebody said about the information about people not interacting in the call or in the page. So when I get a challenge group that there is not very many challengers participating, I sometimes will try to do something to get them interacting. So I'll do like everybody post their Flex Friday picture, or everybody take a picture of their Shakeology, and the person that has the most engaging post or the funnest Shakeology picture is going to win a prize. So sometimes I'll do that. I also will go back and personally message people that are in my challenge group that maybe stop responding or stop posting, and I'll just go back and say, hey, I've been thinking about you, haven't seen you post in a while, is everything okay? You'll find that sometimes people don't want to post in the group because it makes them feel uncomfortable, but they're actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're just not sharing it in the group. So sometimes just you sending that personal message puts you at ease to know people just haven't completely fell off the map. Yes, there'll always be that level of people that will fall off, but you only can do so much to prevent that from happening. And then if all else fails, I end it at 60 days, enroll anybody that wants to continue into a new group as well. Woofu is the site that I use. Am I hungry? Paula, is that question for me? No, I'm not hungry at all. I'm doing good. You mean because I'm on the fix? No, I'm good actually. I saved myself a snack for tonight. I was hungry the first 2 days. I'm good now. I run 2 challenge groups a month, sometimes 3. So this month I have a fix challenge group, I have a regular challenge group, and I have a 30-day clean eating and Shakeology group as well. Wufoo is W-U-F-O-O. I strategized today, and I saved myself Greek yogurt and a piece of fruit to have as a snack tonight. I was willing to starve earlier so that I could have a late night snack tonight. It is a lot of information. It's a good thing we post that recording so you can go back and pull that snippets out that you maybe missed along the way. Becca, I do advertise. I do a lot on my blog now too, and I don't run them all at the same time. I set them up like every 2 weeks throughout the month. So I will do like my challenge group at the beginning of the month, and then about midway, I'll do my 30-day clean eating and Shakeology group. And so I will spend 3 to 4 days talking about a regular challenge group and messaging people and getting people involved. And then once that starts, then I flip gears. I give it a couple of days to die down, and then I go back and I talk about the 30-day group. And plus, when I'm talking to people about a challenge group, sometimes they go to the gym. Sometimes they have fitness programs, you know, that they're doing, you know, CrossFit or whatever. And so, but they really want the Shakeology part of it, and they want the nutrition. And so then sometimes when I'm talking to people about the challenge group, I'll say to them, well, if you don't want to do a home fitness program, then why don't you do my 30-day group? So then I can at least plug them in somewhere and I'm not missing them. And that's worked very well also. I do. I use Blogger. Love it. Easy to use. Besides Facebook, I mean, Instagram, Twitter, there's a blog. You can do a blog. You can do a like page, face-to-face, fit clubs.